Hey everybody, what's going on? Sorry, I have the garage door open for some sunlight, and there are cars going by like crazy. So this is a layout update, live. I did it live. This is what holds my phone when I'm filming, so that's very important to have out here. I'll set that over to the side here. If you're probably wondering what this is. I emptied my airbrush here. Whenever I was airbrushing something with concrete color, and so I had to empty it. And yeah, there's all this airbrush stuff all over the place. But as you can see, the layout got painted. And why did it get painted? As you can see, I pulled an oopsie and didn't actually mean to do this. But I wasn't thinking, and I wasn't able to actually get back here and spray right there. In which I thought, oh, I'll just spray it like that, and boom, I'll be done. I didn't think about either pulling it out from the wall or, just being very careful and doing it with a brush. And well, I ended up painting the wall on both sides. You can see it over there, sort of. But on both sides, I ended up painting the wall, which I apologized to my parents for doing that. That was an accident. Jesus, cars. It was an accident. And so I'm going to pay for the paint and repaint that. So it's going to be fine. But I painted this brown. Where did the paint go? I had spray paint somewhere. There it is. I used Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover Paint Plus Primer Satin color, because I wanted a nice, warm base coat. Nice base coat. And this is a pretty good looking base coat. And of course, this isn't the only thing that's going to be going on. On top of this, cars don't drive by every 2 seconds. On top of this is going to go my layer of dirt and everything else. So, yeah. And there are some dark splotches where it looks like something happened to the phone. It's not shrinkage, I don't think. I think I just darkened it. I don't know what the little splotches are, but I'm not worried about them. There's rail joiners. Why do I have rail joiners all over the place? Excuse me, let me get this rail joiner out between the ties here, and then just put them over here. Yeah, this is the track configuration. We've got my train right now is on the main. So we've got the main line that goes all the way around here, all the way around to the end of the train. And obviously, this is the siding here, or one of them. So we've got my SD75M and my GP39-2. Both Atherns. That's an Athearn Genesis with Tsunami 2. Shut up. Okay, you know what? I'm muting you because every time, I get notifications every time I do a video, and I'm absolutely tired of getting notifications. I get notifications every 2 seconds, and I don't like it. So this has Tsunami 2, this has normal Tsunami. This I weathered with weathering powders. This has not been weathered yet. This was an early weathering project, so it kind of looks like crap. This is a more recent weathering project. If you guys have not watched two of the weathering how-to videos that I have set up here, excuse me, my voice is kind of being crazy today. So, if you haven't watched those videos, I suggest going and watching them. There will be more videos. Coming out soon. There's people walking around talking. I don't know what they're doing. But, so I highly suggest going and watching those videos. There will be a few more coming out. But, yeah, this is one that I weathered. It's got Or if I can get some good lighting here. It's got some sand. Thanks, yeah, I'm out here right now. This is garage door open, so it's gonna be kinda loud. But we've got the dirt and kind of some what I tried to make it blend and with some Tamiya weathering powders. But the Tamiya weathering powders were just too light because I tried to blend it with some grimy look. And it didn't really work. It kind of came out way too shiny, which I put some dull coat on it, but it still didn't help that much. I'll just pan by here. And we've got the grills, which I tried to do. There was some paint overflow on the sides, so I tried to blend it once again, and it looks really good in person. On camera, it looks kind of like crap. The kind of grime coming down. There's not much on this side. You got the snowplow. Whoa, I didn't mean to flip the camera. You've got the snowplow, which is a very subtle weathering, but it's a slight kind of dirty look done by just taking some Tamiya weathering powders and there's this one has a ditch light missing. I don't know why it has a ditch light missing. I was out here one day, turned the locomotive upside down to clean the wheels, and the ditch light fell off and fell in somewhere in one of these cracks. One of these 4 cracks here that divides it into squares. And it's kind of full of dirt, so it's not really easy to see a ditch light, small ditch light part. There is a little bit of subtle weathering around the door. It's hard to see on camera, but it is there. It's kind of a grimy sort of look to make that door kind of, be more visible. I kind of put it around the door seam. And then wipe it away to create that kind of a grime effect, or a seam even, like I did over here with the panel lines. I did that on the other side as well. And the exhaust got weathering, and I just kind of painted it black and wiped it off and got kind of a grimy effect from it. There's not really done much onto the front. If I come over to if I can come over to the other side. I have to reach over a bunch of track here. We've got a lot more going on this side. A lot more dirt has pulled up onto this side. Because with some of the pictures I've taken, I only get one side of the locomotive. So this side was the side that I got in one picture, and then I didn't have anything for this side as a reference. So I kind of just, went off of what I did over here, but did this differently to make it a lot more inconsistent, because weathering in the real world is not consistent. Thanks. Yeah, I tried on this side. This side was just kind of a just a mishmash of things, and then that side was really a reference. It really had a reference, but so we have a little bit of grime here. Obviously, the panel lines, a lot cleaner job on the grills, and then some more weathering, and then some grime. I threw some like oil grime look into the bearings on those, which was easy to do. Okay, yeah, I'll have to try that next time, because it was just a straight paint with a micro applicator, and it went on very well on this side, and then on the other side it didn't want to go on so well. And I don't know what's up with the lighting, because it's making this thing look faded, but I did not fade it, so I guess it's just the lighting. I haven't actually faded it, I just weathered the thing, and because most of the locomotives I saw when I was up in North Texas did not fade. They weren't as faded. There were some, but not very many. Oh, I need to be careful there because I dented that in with my elbow a little bit. In there, too. Whoops. Oh, well. You're not ever going to see this base coat, really. And, until I get the, yeah, they do. I hate when they do that sometimes. Like when I lived in North Texas and had my window open to take some pictures on the layout, it just kept making one side darker than the other, so I had to maneuver it and set it up to where the light was, it was insane. But the back didn't get any real weathering. I did weather the steps a little bit with a little dirt, but nothing really here to see on the back. This one is a work in progress. This was before I actually had a correct mixture of paint, so this one will be redone. I didn't have this correct mixture of paint for the dirt. And now I have a lot better of an airbrush color as well, so this is not airbrush. These were just regular brush on paint. And this will be redone with an airbrush. This was an earlier weathering project that I tried to recreate. I tried to create the same sort of effect I did on this one with that dirt kicking up, but the paint turned out to be, yeah, it looks like crap right now, but I'm gonna have to redo it because, yeah, as you can see, if I put my hand, it's really dark. I mean, it's really thick paint, really thick, and I tried to. Yeah, it looks like it went out and rolled in some mud. That's what I initially thought when I looked at it. I'm like, no, I don't want the mud look. I want the dirt look, because out here you don't get much rain. So with very little rain, you don't have very much mud. You just have really sand. So yeah, this is not the effect I wanted. So I'll go back over it with some airbrush. So let me throw a cup out. Littering. I hate that. The snowplow looks. Hey! The snowplow looks decent. It looks like dirt and rust at the same time. Yeah, with this, I was able to get a much better result with this mixture. But this mixture, it was a mixture. Oddly enough, I mixed this one a little bit more different. I didn't use any thinner or anything like that on this one, or any water or anything like that. I just mixed simply two different paints. That was the same mixture on this as on this, and yeah, so and some of these cars I've weathered. This one is a newer one. And this one is one that I weathered quite a while back before I even was really kind of good at weathering, which I think I really like it because it captures the essence of the rail box. There is a little bit of a fingerprint right there that kind of ruins it, but it's going to be gone back over with. And the top is really what does it for me. And then there are some other cars. That one's a scrap car, work in progress. It's just got some O-scale oil pump parts in there that I just kind of threw together. It was an old O-scale kit when I was in the O-scale, which was quite a few years ago now, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, but somebody got me this O-scale kit and it was never going to be used because I switched to HO scale. Yeah, I'll run the train here in a little bit. But this is my confusing switch configuration. I'll show you this. Turnout. Let's see if I can get a good enough shot of it here. This is the crazy turnout configuration that I have. Yeah, I used to do O-gauge, which was... Oh god, I still have some of the old stuff, but it does not run anymore because it was from... I initially got it from when I think I was probably about I was seven or eight when yeah, it was pretty fun. It just wasn't as advanced because it was, back when, quit giving me, yeah, notifications. Stupid thing. So anyways, it wasn't as advanced as what you can get with HO scale, and it was really big. So I started to collect O-gauge lots more, and I think I had 3 sets, only 2 remain because one, I don't know what happened to one of them, but I still have 2 of them, and I couldn't even fit one loop on the table, on this table, and this is a 4x8. I'll make a separate video about that for any tips on how to start a model railway because I've actually just started, contrary to what you might think. It was actually just started quite a few months ago before I moved. And then we moved out here. Like, it was completely set up, so if you go and watch older model railroad videos, you'll see it was set up then. My favorite locomotive, has to be my MTH Big Boy. It's inside right now. I would have brought it out here to run, but I don't have anybody to, everybody else is watching TV, so I didn't want to bother anybody to open doors. But, yeah, so we've got the switch here, or the turnout here for the main line and the siding. Then we've got another turnout here that if you switch that, it takes you back here. So there's that. And then if you switch that, it takes you on that outer one. So it's a very confusing little turnout section, which I like. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have my PCP panel screwed in. So if any of you run DCC, I would highly suggest doing this and screw your PCP panel. Yes, it's daytime. It's nice and bright, and it's 70-something degrees outside. So it's probably about what time is it? Let's see. It's 3:30. That's what time it is. 3:30 p.m. on a Saturday. But yeah, screw your PCP panel in because it helps a lot. Because I used to have it sitting up there, and every time it would only allow me to come out to, if I was right here, it would only come out to right here. So I always had to have my arm constantly outstretched, or I had to just scoot over here and set it down and then scoot back, which was really, really annoying. But now I've got the PCP panel screwed in. Yeah, it's a 4x8 by 4x8 by what? No. 4.3 by 8. 1. So it's 4 foot 3 inches wide. So these pieces of foam board are 4 foot 8. 4 foot by 8 foot. So it's 4 foot wide, 8 foot long. And this table is 4 foot 3 inches wide and 8 foot 1 long. So if you push this back all the way, which I think it is, there is a little bit of overhang on this, but there's about, there's a couple inches overhang, so I've got to get some more foam to put there. Anyways, yeah, let's run some trains. If I can find my little thing. We'll set it down the phone, grab the power cap from over here, plug it in. Where's my wire? My wire's all the way over here. There we go. Huh. There we go. Simply plug it in. Put that behind me. Turn on the storage protector, which The light on the PCP panel lights up, telling you that's on. Those two locomotives automatically start up. Silence! Thank you. Okay. Now that I have that off, I'll switch back to these. I have to create a consist, so excuse me for a second. I haven't done that. No. Setup. Locomotive is 68. No, 6871. Dang it. No, setup. 6871. 81 4. Okay, now, yep, that headlight comes on. Yep, everything comes on. And here's the horn for 8104, which is my second locomotive, if I'm actually, yeah, there we go. I changed it to K5LA because the K5HL, if you blow the horn on 6871, it's the wrong sound file for K5HL. I'm gonna go on a little rant here. So, yeah, so these are Intermountain locomotives with a ESU Lock Sound Select, which I do now know that you can download custom sound files. You just have to have a lock program or loc programmer. I don't have one of those. You can download sound files for them. I would download sound files if I had a loc programmer, or whatever the heck that thing's called. But it's a little pricey. It's a little on the pricey side. I think it's like $150, and it's a programmer that you plug in to your programming track, or I think you can plug it into your PCP panel. But yeah, I have to agree. Soundtracks has some of the best sound because these are Tsunami 2. The older Tsunami sounds good in this one. Tsunami 2 sounds really good in this one. This one's way louder. But I am liking, like, Scale Trains is coming out with their new Dash 9s. And it's absolutely incredible. The only thing is, it's ESU Lock Sound version 5, which I like the version 4 and version 5 because they sound really good. And because I don't think Tsunami 2 actually has a Dash 9 sound file. Like, they have a mechanical bell and everything, but it's all incorrect. It's not all correct for Dash 9, which ESU Lock Sound version 5 is what they're using in the Dash 9s. And it sounds absolutely phenomenal, and it's recorded from actual Dash 9s. And it's got all the correct sound files. It's a new sound file. So, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with soundtracks on those other locomotives sitting over here. These are just, yeah. So, but I'm gonna probably get a Dash 9, and I just don't know which one yet. I know I'm gonna go with a BNSF Heritage 2. But what I've recently found out is that there's 2 different paint scheme variations. And I have never noticed this on the prototypes. If you look beneath that yellow stripe here, you'll see that it's black, right? That's the Heritage 3 paint scheme. Yeah, Heritage 3. Heritage 2, you have 2 different variations. You can have orange underneath that, or green underneath that. Which green, if you're looking at Dash 9 versus, Heritage 2 versus Heritage 3, if you look at a Dash 9 with the green paint underneath there, it looks a lot more natural because you're also looking at this, which has black paint. But if you're looking at something else, it's gonna be different. So I'm gonna go probably because most of them that I've seen have orange paint underneath there. So and I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna have to get a Dash 9 because I only own one Dash 9 and it's a Kato without any sound. It's just a regular old mobile decoder. And yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to get a Dash 9. Alright, so let's start these up. Oh, that's not the right one. Both of them are starting up. In my opinion, these do not sound like GEVOs. I just don't know what ESU was thinking when they thought that these sounded like GEVOs. These sound nothing like GEVOs in my opinion. Alright, let's see, let me make sure the dimmer's off. Yep. Uh-oh. It's another thing I hate about Intermountains. They don't have a keep alive. Go figure. Alright, hold on. I'm just going to stop these and see what the problems are. I think I missed a message on the chat. No, I have not been to Colorado. I was going to go last year with a friend of mine, and I ended up not going because I had that day that they left. I had an orthodontist appointment that I could not miss because it was it's an orthodontist appointment. I have to get wires changed on my braces and stuff. And I ended up not being able to go, and I was really bummed. But they said they may or may not even be able to ride that anyways. But they ended up going, but this year I'm hoping to go with them if they go to Colorado again, and hopefully we'll be able to ride something there. Yeah, the track might be dirty, the wheels might be dirty. Or it's just because these Intermountains are not just... I don't know. I mean, I did have the track put underneath the layout yesterday while I was painting this. And they didn't get paint on it or anything because I had a plastic bucket overhead that's clean. Or a plastic tote, whatever you call those things. So, I don't know, because the lack of keep alives in these things are just astonishing, because for those of you who don't know, keep alives are, they're capacitors over dirty track or, inconsistent track work. It keeps the current flowing and keeps sounds going and locomotives moving for up to like 10-15 seconds. And all newer locomotives have those. Well, Intermountain does not have any of those features because it's Intermountain. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna move these. I know these two don't do it that often. When they do, it's usually dirty track. They don't ever do it. So I'm gonna move the Gevos off here. And that's why we have the reverse button. And just right there, it's jumpy. Maybe if I run over again, I don't know. Seems like it's jumpy. So what I'm gonna do is attach this card. It's windy today, it really is. Now let's put these in a consist. No. Set up. That's 8248. 3612. Okay. So I'm gonna run those out of the sighting. I want to make sure I didn't miss any messages. Yeah, I didn't miss any messages. Okay. Let's come over here. Oh god, lighting. Oh jeez. Always. Is the lighting going to behave? I think it is. Okay, let's move these guys out of the sighting. Oh, did I switch the switch? If these guys do it, my track is dirty. That's just a switch issue. Or no, it's okay. Never mind. No, it just slipped off. Okay. Jesus. I didn't want you to come on yet. What did it say? Hold on just a second.
Hey Tyson.
No.
When I make guacamole, you gonna come in and eat some?
No, not right now. Sorry about that. That's my brother. He ends up coming out here every time I'm doing something. And he knows I'm doing something. Alright. Set up a consist because it took itself out of the consist. Rear locomotive is 3620. That's that. So let's just pull it out of the sighting because I'm not going to risk having any other issues with these guys. Okay. So now these guys will go in. All right. Why'd you restart? Alright, let's turn the sound for 8248 back on. Alright. Let's travel back over here. Yeah, see what I mean when I say loud? 8248, which is this SD75M, is the loudest locomotive I own. Turn on. Nope, that's not it. Okay, there we go. And I guess, let's back the camera up a little bit. Guess we'll take off. And it seems it shorted out. Yep. That's a usual thing on these switches. Locomotives normally do that, so that's not a big issue. I'm used to that. Alright, here we go. One more time. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear me over the locomotives, but hopefully you can. This is the part you don't see when I normally take videos. Oh, is the lighting gonna be here? No. Where is it? Much better. There we go. Neat. I've yet to see any BNSF out here. Yep. Alright, now let's cut it to ludicrous speed. Oh neat, that is actually very close to where I used to railfan. If you go back and look at older videos, I used to railfan in Gainesville, so that's not too far from Tulsa. I'm not sure how far, but it's not too far because you go about 10-15 minutes past Gainesville, and you go out of Gainesville about 10-15 minutes. Awesome, yeah. I used to live up in that area, about 30 minutes south of Gainesville, so let's speed this thing up. Here we go. Awesome. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere close. I've been up to Tulsa a couple times. "65 speed steps." Sure is, yeah. Most people like to run their trains fast, but I like to run them just like they do out here. Ludicrous speed. They run them faster here all the time. We'll do a little side view here. Let's see. It's gonna be back around here before it clears. Oh, never mind. Alright. And we'll move it a little closer. No, it's actually 18 inch, which is crazy because I can actually run the big boy on this thing, on this 18 inch radius. Alright, now that's quiet. Yeah, it's 18 inch radius, and it blows my mind that I can run, big diesels like this through here, like the Gevos and the SD75M, and the big boy, which is, yeah, they run quite well, and I've only had a few derails, and it was caused by loose rail joints. One cool feature, I'm going to mention this very quick. One cool feature about, if I can get the locomotives any closer. One cool feature about the Tsunami 2 is if you listen close enough, maybe it'll be audible on camera. It's definitely audible in person. If you press F7 when the sound is on, it works both as a dimmer. So if I hit the lights, both works as a dimmer for the lights and as a crew chatter button. So I'll turn the sound back on for a second. So if I hit F7, I don't know if you're able to hear that. I'll bring it closer.
Yeah, hold it first down for me. That's the maintenance way up Eddie there. Should be clear anyway.
Yeah, and if I just turn the sound off, it works as a dimmer both with sound on and sound off. So you can see bright, dim, bright, dim. And I absolutely love that feature. It's one of my favorite features that they have with Tsunami 2. So, before I end this, I will mention I would go rail fanning today. And maybe I might. The wind seems to have died down. I say that, and it's going to kick back out. If the wind dies down, then maybe I can get out and go rail fanning, but as you can hear, the wind's kind of crazy. Yeah, that pretty much ends this little live stream. I wouldn't call it a little live stream, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna just end it here. Future updates will be added soon. As soon as I can get some dirt laid down and stuff. I'm gonna use real dirt because it's cheap. It's easy. You can find it everywhere. So I'm just gonna get some dirt and then mix it with some grout and some beige colored grout if it's too dark, and then spread it over. Thanks. Yeah. And so that's gonna be the dirt. Then, well, the first thing I'm gonna do is ballast the track. I'm not gonna get any road bed. Because I think it'll be just too much of a hassle when I've already set up everything, and then you have to get cork road bed for switches, and then back-to-back switches. Oh god, that's a nightmare. So I'm not gonna get any cork road bed. I'm just gonna ballast it straight here because, out here there is a slight incline, but it's not worth getting all that cork, taking the track back up, relaying that cork, gluing it down, waiting for the glue to dry, putting the track back, waiting for that glue to dry, glue it down, wait for that glue to dry. Oh. No, go.
I'll give it a little bit.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah. Again, is my brother. Don't know why he keeps coming out here. And yeah, I may or may not do corkboard bed, honestly. But you know, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But yeah, ballast is gonna go first. Then scenery. I do have, because there is cacti out here. So where's my cacti stuff? Where's it at? Back here. There's some stuff back here. That's kind of dirty, isn't it? These are some Woodland Scenics HO scale cacti. And so in HO and O scale, but I'm thinking these look all HO scale, and it should be really easy. Put these in the ground, and they'll go down first before I lay down any sand, and then there's gonna be some sand that goes around that. Really dirty. You can't really see it that well. And then I have 2 packages of these. One of them's inside. Again, really dirty. These are from JTT Scenery Products. Some landscape detailing, wild grassland, which is absolutely perfect. I had some of these, and then I lost them somewhere. And you can use them on the piece of paper, or you can take them off and glue them down yourself. And you can read that there. So if I just wanted to, take that off, take that sheet, and then glue it down, I can, or I can simply just peel them off, glue them down, and have no issue, which is what I'm going to do, because that probably won't match my sand color. So I'll just probably end up gluing them down, and we'll have little tufts of grass everywhere. But yeah, that pretty much is it.